A girl was catfished by a fake Tinder account pretending to be a real NCAA college football quarterback. And when she did a little bit of digging, she found out that this catfish was using his real photos. So how do you defend yourself against that? The victim in this story was a 20-year-old woman, and like we said, she was catfished by a fake Tinder account pretending to be Dylan McCaffrey. He's actually a real quarterback playing for the University of Michigan. Now, he's not famous or anything like that. He just has a pretty big following for a college athlete. Like he has 30,000 followers on Instagram. That's enough for someone to steal his identity and pretend to be him on Tinder. So the way that the catfish made this fake account look so believable is by stealing Dylan's public profiles, taking all of those photos from his Instagram and Facebook and using them on his fake Tinder profile. She first matched with this guy back in November of 2021, and at first, he seemed nice. They started chatting, they were flirting. But after a while, she started noticing some red flags. His answers to her messages were kind of weird, and sometimes he would randomly switch from past tense to present tense when he was texting her. So she decided to run a reverse image search on the photos that were being used on his Tinder profile. That search led her to Dylan's verified Instagram page and his college bio page. So that told her two things. No. 1. These photos were really Dylan's. And no. 2. He wasn't using them on any other accounts. If he had been, she would have found those accounts. And since she didn't, that meant that this was definitely a fake profile using his stolen photos. She then confronted this guy on Tinder, called him out for being a catfish. But before she could even get a response, he unmatched her. He literally ghosted her as soon as she accused him of being a catfish. She then made a TikTok video warning other girls about this fake Tinder profile using Dylan's photos. Her video got over 4 million views and nearly 30,000 comments. A lot of those comments were from guys saying that they had matched with the same fake Dylan McCaffrey profile. And some of them were from girls who had matched with him after our video. Exposing this guy went viral. We actually reached out to the creator of that video, but she declined our interview request, said she didn't want to talk about it anymore. But anyway, moving on. We reached out to Dylan McCaffrey directly and asked if he knew what was going on here. If he had any idea that some catfish was stealing his identity and using his photos on Tinder. He responded through his PR director. This is what she said. It's quote, "Thanks for reaching out. I will pass along your message to him, but I don't think he'll have any comment." But the fact that we even reached out about this caused a bunch of other girls to come forward and share their experiences with fake athlete profiles. One person said, "I matched with a fake David Njoku a few months ago. I didn't catch it at first because he was using his actual Instagram and Twitter. But looking back, his answers were very off." Another person said, "I recently matched with a fake NFL player. Same thing, different photos. They were doing the exact same thing." Someone else said, "This happened to me last year. The guy pretended to be Josh Allen, and he also had a really good bio. Definitely wasn't a high school kid trying to catfish me." And to be honest, it makes sense why this happens. It's not just athletes either. This is happening to everybody who has a public profile online. It's just that athletes make it a little easier because they have a big following. People know their faces, but they aren't super famous. Most people don't know their names, so it's easy to pretend to be them. Just take a random photo off their Instagram. Maybe change the name in their bio slightly to throw off the reverse image search. And then you can pretend to be whoever you want without having to worry about anyone linking your name to the fake accounts. But still, this is a reminder for everyone to be careful when you reusing Google and reverse image tools to try to verify somebody's identity online. Just because a photo is attached to their social media profile doesn't mean it's really them. That's why it's important to take it one step further and make sure that their bio and their messages match up too. Because people can steal identities and use photos, but they can't steal your voice. If the photos check out, but the answers to your messages are totally off, then that person is definitely not who they say they are. And that's one of the reasons that we love this story so much. It's not that often that you see catfishers getting exposed nowadays. Usually, they're smart enough to completely fabricate their whole fake persona. They steal a face, they steal a name, they steal a voice. And then sometimes when they get caught, they double down and pretend that the whole thing was a joke. Our favorite part of this story is that there's zero chance that this catfish could have gotten away with it if the victim did unconfront him. If she had just seen those red flags and moved on, he probably would have gone on to catfish even more girls. But she put herself out there, called him out. Even though she didn't get a response, at least she knows she did the right thing. Now, I know a lot of people were disappointed that Dylan didn't want to talk about this, but that's kind of his story to tell. I mean, we understand why he wouldn't want to comment on it. He doesn't owe us an explanation. It's not like he did anything wrong. But I still think it's worth talking about because this is something that's happening to regular people every single day. It's not just athletes. These athletes just make it a little easier to expose. And we just wanted to shed some light on this issue and show you another way that people are being catfished on Tinder. If you want to learn more about the most common ways that people are being catfished on dating apps, click this video. This is a compilation of all the most common red flags that you should watch out for. If you want to help support the channel, just make sure to hit that subscribe button. It's free. It helps us out a ton. And then you can watch this video next.